You know, if you're like me, and I hope you are, because I don't want to be all alone with this, there are times when I just get overwhelmed with thinking. Um, the environment just overstimulates me, and I get demands from people, and I put demands on myself, and I just can't think straight. You know where I'm coming from? Well, there's an exercise that I've been using for quite a while that I want to share with you today that just might help you. So stick around.
Get, get, get down.
All right, so look, let's just lay it out there, okay? We live in a society today where everything is boom, 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 boom. We want it done. We want it done yesterday. We want it done right. We're all perfect. People want stuff from us. We want stuff from them. We put demands on people. They put demands on us, and we put demands on ourselves. And there comes a time when we just can't think straight. It's just like the stress gets to be too much. Now, a little bit of stress can be healthy for you. I mean, it can help motivate you, but too much can paralyze you. I mean, you know, if you get overloaded, you just say to heck with it, man, I don't want to do anything. And you just want to check out. Okay, so today I've got an exercise that will help you get focused, get centered, and help you to stop and think about one thing at a time. You know, I had a friend that used to say it like this: if the pile of shit in the room gets to be too tall and you can't look up at the top of it, you got to spread it down around the floor where you can see it. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to bring that pile down and spread it out so we can look at it one thing at a time instead of getting overwhelmed with it, okay? This technique is very powerful. It's worked for me. I can't tell you how many times I use it. It's called the 5-4-3-2-1. And what that means is we get in touch with our five senses: our feeling, our sight, our touch, our smell, our hearing. All right? So, what we do is we start out by looking for five things that we can see right now in this moment. And I kind of tweak this a little bit to fit me, to work for me. And it's like any other tool. You know, when you use a tool, you get to where you get used to it and you start adapting it to the way it works for you. It's the same thing here. So I'm going to give you the way it works for me. And when you try it, use it and you'll start tweaking it up and you'll make it more effective for yourself. But this is how I do it. I don't rush through things because, you know, I'm already rushed in my head so much that I can't think straight. So I got to slow down. So the five things that I see, I literally just observe them for a few seconds. Like, I know I'm looking off camera right now, but there's a calendar here with a really gorgeous picture on it, and I'm just observing the picture. So I'll observe it for a few seconds. I won't editorialize, give my opinion of it or anything. I just observe it. You know, just like you would observe traffic. You know, you just watch the cars go by. This is the same thing. You just observe what you see just for a few seconds and then move on to the next item. And you do that for five items. Okay? Slow down, look at it before you rush through. And then four things that you can feel. And there are several things that I want to say about this one, because when I first started this, it was I feel anxious, I feel my head throbbing. We're not talking about things internally or emotionally, okay? What we are actually talking about are tactile things. For example, I feel the texture of this paper. I feel the right cheek of my butt sitting heavier in this chair than the left. I feel my glasses resting on the bridge of my nose. I feel the texture of my fingers. You see, everything is outside of yourself because, once again, what you focus on is going to build. Where you put your attention is where your energy is going to go. So if you put your attention to feeling anxious, your energy is going to go to that and you're going to feel more anxious. If you have seen my other videos, it's much like my example of the boogeyman. You know, when I was young, I would be afraid that the boogeyman was in the room, and the more I thought about the boogeyman, the more afraid I got. The more afraid I got, the bigger the boogeyman got. The bigger the boogeyman got, the more afraid I got. So, once again, where you put your attention is where you're going to put your energy. So put all your attention on outside things that you can feel, okay? Next step is 3 things you can hear. Please don't sell yourself short and get to 1 or 2 and not pay attention and go, well, I can't hear anything else, and move on. Please slow down and pay attention, because I promise you there are going to be 3 things that you can hear if you really put forth the effort. When I'm talking about hearing, you can hear your heartbeat. You can hear your breathing. Okay, things of that nature. What happens a lot of times, though, is that people will focus on things that they've heard. Like, for example, when I use this technique with people in my practice, I ask them to give me 3 things they can hear, and they will say, I hear your voice. And I have to stop them and go, you didn't hear my voice. After I said, give me 3 things you can hear, if you say, you hear my voice, you don't. You heard my voice. We're talking about what you hear right now, okay? So you may have heard my voice, but you don't hear my voice. We're practicing on being in this moment, okay? So 3 things that you can hear. Next step, 2 things you can smell, all right? And don't just sit there or stand there and go, I can't smell anything. Get up, walk around, take your time, and focus on 2 things that you can smell. Remember, this is all about taking care of yourself. So slow down a little bit. And it really doesn't take very long, okay? Honestly, it doesn't. You've got time for this. And if you're too busy to do this, you're too busy, okay? Slow down and take care of yourself, because if you don't, you won't be able to get anything done. All right, so we get to 2 things you can smell and then 1 thing you can taste. And once again, it's what you can taste in this moment. For example, I have to take some eye drops for my eyes because I'm having an eye condition. And the effects of the drops also leave a particular taste in my mouth. And I just put the drops in before I started this video so I can taste a metallic taste in the saliva of my mouth. So that would be what I can taste, okay? Not what I tasted. Like, for example, 3 hours ago I had coffee. If I can't taste the coffee in my mouth in this second, then it doesn't matter. Okay, it's what I can taste right now. Everything is going on in this moment to help slow you down. Now, what I want you to understand is this is not a fix-all, okay? This is not Mother's Little Helper. We are such a I want to feel better and I want to feel better now society that we have to realize that it doesn't work that way. And you may, when you're done with this exercise, start thinking about all of that stuff again. That doesn't mean you failed, okay? It just means you have to do it again. For example, a couple of months ago, I got a recall on my car, and we made arrangements, the service manager and I made arrangements on a Friday that I would bring the car in the next Monday, and they needed to keep it a week. And they were either going to put me in a rental car or a loaner. Well, I don't like dealing with the rental company that they use because of a situation that I went through with them several years ago. Long story short, it worked out in my favor, but I still had to go through the hassle with them. So I swore I would never deal with this company again. I'm not going to mention any names, but I wouldn't deal with them again. And I told the service manager the story about what had occurred, and it was right during the middle of a hurricane. So, you know, we are right after a hurricane, so we were already pretty stressed out around here. So to have to go through this with the rental car, I just didn't need it, didn't want it. And even if I didn't, you wouldn't want it either. So I told him, I said, I don't want to deal with them. And he said, all right, I'll make sure you get a loaner. So I take the car in, and I live about 10 miles from the dealership. So on that Monday, I'm on my way to the dealership, and all the way down there, I keep bouncing in and out of, they're going to put me in a rental car. They're going to try to give me a rental car. And I had to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 repeatedly, over and over and over again, till I got to the dealer. So what I'm saying to you is that you may have to do this over and over and over again, but remember, your brain is like a muscle. It needs to be exercised. And we are so used to not being in the moment, to being able to focus, that we have a tendency to sabotage ourselves. So we have to exercise and exercise and exercise and keep doing this, okay? So listen, for those of you that may have possibly already had experience with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor and put some comments below and let us know what your experience with it is. And if you've been able or needed to tweak it, let us know what you've done, okay? Because I might be able to benefit from it, and someone else that's watching this video might be able to benefit as well, okay? So if you're not a subscriber, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll be able to use it, and I hope you consider subscribing. And if you'll hit that bell on right over next to the subscribe button, you'll be notified when another video comes up. And I promise you it's not going to be another 10 months, okay, guys? All right, so that's it for today. Please use this technique, and when you do, come back with a comment and let me know how it works. Now, play this over and over and over again, because a lot of times we forget what 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is, what the order is. So, if you play it over again, or if you need me to guide you through it, just play this video over again, okay? All right, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.